First of all, if you're looking for DMT, it's gonna find you. And I don't want to get all woo-woo and shit on you, but that's just how the universe works. That's how the world works. Like, whatever your mind is steered towards that is possible, you're gonna find it. I was on the YouTube searching information about DMT. I forget where I heard it from, but I began watching videos like this, trip videos, and beginning to get very interested in it. So this is like a year later after I've watched all the DMT videos and the documentaries and everything. I'm at a bar. I'm hanging out with this friend of mine. We're partaking in all kinds of substances. And we go back to his apartment to play some darts. And out of nowhere, he's like, do you want to trip out? I'm like, trip out on what? He's like, DMT. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So we sit down on the couch, and he has a bowl, like, with some weed in there, and he sprinkles the DMT on top of it, and he says, take 3 hits, 3 inhales, like 6, together, all together, like without breaking it. And you're gonna hold it in deep, and then as long as you can, then blow it out. I said, okay. So I'm up first. So I think he actually smoked it right after me too. But anyway, so I take my hits, and it's like, as soon as the smoke entered my lungs, as soon as I blew out the smoke, like, already the whole environment turned into like pixels or fractals. Like, I was immediately tripping balls, like within a matter of seconds. While we were smoking it, he had the TV on, and there was a Netflix show, and it's like some show about Lucifer or some shit. And the character in the show, as I looked over, he was out of the TV. And when it comes to psychedelics, I'm not a person who hallucinates, like, really rarely ever at all. It's like, it's everything that's going on inside my mind, which is very intense and what I'm thinking about. But as far as like actually seeing a different entity or actually full-blown hallucinating, that usually doesn't happen to me. Just my reality is kind of altered. Things are different, like shapes are different, like, you know, but nothing's really like, I'm not like truly hallucinating. It's only happened a few times. So I'm looking over at the TV, and he is fully standing there. This being, fucking Lucifer, Satan from the TV show. He's standing there. He's in a black suit, red tie. His eyes are black as night, and he's talking. And I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but it's like, it's in some kind of elvish, demonic fucking language. It's got a deep voice. And I'm not like a person who's like scared of darkness and shit like that. I embrace it. Everything is one. So I'm not like polarized by the duality of man, like evil and good. I consider them all together. So it didn't freak me out. I actually was like, the first thing I thought when I saw this guy standing there in full, like in living color outside the TV, I was just like, this is fucking badass. Like, what the fuck? And either I took another hit or I closed my eyes and went into it. And when I went into it, you know, I was just thrown. I was launched. I was fucking transported to another world. Now, I've heard DMT stories where they go into different portals and dimensions. This is what happened to me, okay? I closed my eyes at some point, and I just got launched. And it's like I ran into a force. And the best way I can describe it is just like, it was like light, all right? It was fucking, I was encountering a being. And something you need to understand with going on in my life during that time, I was full-blown atheist. I had been a Christian before, like a fundamentalist Christian. I finally got myself out of that cult, and I just came to understand, like, look, there's no God. Like, we don't know what's going on, and call it a higher power, the universe, whatever. We're just here, And unless you show me some evidence of that, like, I'm not just gonna believe in some shit just to fucking believe in it to make myself feel better, right? I want to accept reality as it is. So I'm really like, you know, I don't have any kind of belief that something's watching over us, that there's fucking anything going on, right? And by the definition, I'm an atheist. I lack a belief in a God. Like, I don't worship any gods. I'm just, you know, we're here and the universe is enough for me. So having said that, like, I am literally being, I am in like communion or conversation with a being that is outside of myself, that is greater than me. And the best way I can describe it is, it was just pure love. Like, I mean, the most intense feeling of love you can imagine. And I was just like blown away. And this thing, right, is just telling me, like, you are real, man. Like, you are fucking real. You're not fake. You're not bullshit. Like, everything about you is fucking true. And like, damn, dude, it was just, it was exactly what the fuck I needed to hear. And I was just like, I don't know, I was just so fucking blown away as like by what I was feeling. And I was like telling this being, like, oh my God, like, you are fucking, like, I was saying the same thing to it. I was like, you are fucking badass, like, you are fucking amazing. And it was just reciprocating that to me. You know, it was like this mutual, like, love and respect, and that was just all that it fucking was. So I fucking, and this went on for a while. Like, this is on, like, when you smoke DMT, it's like 10 to 15 minutes, but that shit could feel like fucking 10 years in there. Like, it's fucking, it's out of this world, right? And yeah, like I said, the best way I can describe that is just, I was just fucking launched, and me and this fucking thing just collided with each other, right? And it was just like this, oh my God, and the things it was telling me, just, you know, it was uplifting, it was encouraging, and it was, all this happens, right? I slowly open my eyes to come out of it, right? I'm still feeling kind of the effects, and I'm looking at this buddy of mine, and really it's one of these guys who's just kind of a party buddy at the time. I was in a, like, not the greatest place in my life, going through a shitty divorce, and you know, here I am in this apartment smoking DMT after a night of kind of partying. And anyway, this guy looks at me, and I'm in tears. Tears are coming down my face, and I'm like, dude, I fucking can't thank you enough for what you just fucking did for me, dude. And I was just fucking, in that moment, I was like, no amount of money could be worth, like, no amount of money could buy that. Like, you can't place a value on that experience. Like, you can't buy a mansion, a fucking car. You can't fuck the baddest bitch or man or whoever the fuck you're like, you can't have an experience like that's like you can put a value on as far as like monetary. You know, it's like, this Ferrari cost $200,000. Okay, like, that was so enlightening, so special, so deep, so real, like falling in love. Like, you can't put a price on it. You can't pay for that. You know what I mean? It's something that can only be given to you. And it's just like, dude, fucking thank you, man. You have no fucking idea what you just did for me. And I was like, I was just blown away. And he, on the other hand, he had a fucking bad trip. It was telling him to get his life together. He was seeing fucking demons and shit. And it probably had a lot to do with that TV being on, with that fucking show on. I'm sure it, you know, there's all kinds of shit going on. You know, I don't know if I'm speaking to a being, or if it's deep in my subconscious mind. I don't fucking know. All I know was it was one of the most fucking amazing experiences of my life, and I've had some mountaintop peak experiences on psychedelics, mainly in the form of mushrooms. But yeah, so he's having this bad experience, and he's like, dude, fuck, that was not good for me. And he really went through some shit. I don't know what the fuck he saw in there, but it was telling him, like, you're fucked up, get your life together. And I can kind of understand why, knowing him. He says, hey, let's smoke it again. Let's do it again. Let's see if you have another good trip. I'm like, fuck, like, there's no reason for me to, okay, this is why this shit's not really a drug, because, like, if you drink alcohol, you smoke weed, you do whatever, like, you're gonna want to do it again. You're gonna want to, like, you know, come back to that place and do it all over again. With DMT, if you break through, you're gonna be like, I don't ever need to do this again. Like, I can't top that experience. And that's what I'm telling them. Like, dude, there's no reason, there's no point. Like, what I just experienced was just fucking amazing. I just talked to fucking God, man. I just talked to the fucking universe. Like, I'm good. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me the fucking thing. Let's do it again. So he's like, make sure you inhale, you fucking, you hold it down tight. I'm like, all right, cool. I fucking, boom, 3 hits, hold it in, blow it out, boom, right back to the same fucking place, same fucking experience, like just fucking light and radiates, like this light radiating love, and God damn, it happened again, and I was just like, fuck, it's just the same thing, like this thing telling me that I was real, that I was fucking genuine, it was telling me these things. And I said this before on the other video about mushrooms, but it was the same feeling of like, fuck, like I did not know that I needed that, you know what I mean? I was like fucking kind of tough guy, fucking combat vet, fucking this and that, like grew up kind of fighting as a kid, like like kind of holding this hard exterior to protect myself from this shitty ass fucking world, and this thing just fucking broke down my guard, it disarmed me, and it told me exactly what the fuck I needed to hear, and it did it for the second fucking time, you know what I mean? Because I knew going into it again, like, fucking something dicey could happen here. He just told me he was fucking getting hounded by demons and shit. So yeah, same thing happened again. Just collided with this force. It's like we just were like these two forces and just fucking boom, and it was just like, all love. And that is my experience with DMT. I have not done it since. I definitely would, but it's such an intense experience. Like, even though I had a great experience, I'm still cautious about doing it again because it was so powerful. But I have had a bad trip on mushrooms, several, and even though they are scary as fuck, those can almost be better than the great trips, because when you come out of it, you're fucking better for it. So yeah, that's my experience doing DMT. I'm not someone who can get it to you. This is not what this is about. This whole channel that I'm doing is about like transforming your life and pushing the fucking boundaries, challenging what you think, and just trying to realize your best self, trying to be your best self, reach your fullest potential. For me, psychedelics was a part of that journey, and still is sometimes. So if you're looking to smoke DMT, if you're looking for it, man, I'm telling you, like, the shit will find you. If you really fucking want it, it'll find you. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy hearing that experience. I'll have a good way to wrap this up, but until next time, peace.